Is it good?
Yeah.
Bruce Lee's 1-inch punch. It is world famous for his power and speed. So I'm going to show you in this video the secrets that Bruce Lee used to put power into his 1-inch punch. So stay tuned. And remember, if you want to get more lessons like this, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get all the latest and coolest lessons from the David Wong channel. So just do that right now. Like and comment as well. Let me know what else you want to learn, what other videos you want to get on this channel. So let's continue. There's a few ways of doing a 1-inch punch. The way that you see Bruce Lee do it in the very famous video is doing something that combines many different techniques at the same time. The first one, very obvious, is that you're using a low elbow. So instead of punching, like in many martial arts, punching with a elbow that flares out to the side, he's punching with a low elbow. The second technique is he's using a snap of the wrist. It's like a twisting snap. So just imagine you're twisting and snapping like this, right? Twisting and snapping. So he's using that and then making a fist. The third thing is that he is tensing his fist or making a fist with the impact. So he doesn't tense and then punches. You need to make your hand loose, and then at the last second, then you make a fist. Okay, that's how you do it. Fourth thing is that his body is fairly relaxed, and his weight is fairly straight up and a little bit forward. Fifth thing is he adds a little bit of hip movement to his punch. Just a little twist of the hip. So if you add it all together, plus a few more techniques that I'm going to show you, then you get the 1-inch punch. Okay, so I'm this close. Add it all together, twist your hips, add the snap, and then wait until the last moment to tense up your hand and use the snap of the wrist. That's how you get the 1-inch punch. There's a few other ways of doing short-inch power. Are you motivated and inspired by Bruce Lee's story and how he was able to actualize his full potential? Wouldn't you like to do that in your life? If you do, go ahead and check out my free webinar. It's called Chi Life Mastery. I'm going to show you how you can actualize your full potential using martial arts principles and meditation, and using real life lessons that I've used to go from poor to rich and go from sick to healthy. So go ahead right now, go to Chi Life Mastery and check out my free webinar. The first one that Bruce Lee uses is kind of like a sinking power. Okay, what I mean by sinking is that he's using gravity to enhance his power. So that looks like this. I start a little bit higher, but still with my knees bent, and I end up a little bit lower here while using all these techniques. So I'm going like this. So just imagine a roller coaster. You got it coming down with all that gravity pulling it down, and it speeds up, accelerates, and at the end, levels out. And then all that gravity momentum is transferred into a forward momentum. That's what you want to do when you do this attack. You have gravity, and then it's coming down, and then it's going forward. So using that gravity and converting it into forward momentum. Okay, so basically I'm starting up, I'm exaggerating, and then I end up lower. So starting up and then up lower. I'm making that use of gravity. The second way of doing a 1-inch punch is to use a rising force. So instead of using gravity dropping down, I want to start low and then I want to rise up. But the key to this is that you want to use your spine as a wave to come up. Okay, so I'm not just pushing up like doing a deadlift. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm making a wave with my body, using this force to rise up. And the key is to suck in your gut so that your spine is round in the back. And then as you're rising up, then the punch comes up like this. So if I'm exaggerated, it's going to look like this. It looks really funny. It's like a dance. Okay, but if you do it really quickly, it's very imperceivable. So it'll be something like that. The third way of doing a 1-inch punch, we call it the no-inch palm. It's not really a punch. It's a palm. And it's used a lot in dim mak or iron palm techniques. And how this works is I have my hand and my fingers touching, and I'm just using the distance between my palm and the surface for that. It's called a no-inch punch or no-inch attack because I'm already in contact with him. And it uses the same principles. I'm using that snapping, the twisting snap of the hands to generate or transfer that power while I keep my body loose. So it'll be like this. All right, so that's the third way. So the fourth way is called a wave punch. And you don't see Bruce Lee using this, but it's also a way to generate power in a very short distance. And the unique part of this is that I'm beside him, like perpendicular to him. I'm not in front of him. So when you get yourself in this situation, maybe some clinches, then you can use this technique as a wave to get a nice, powerful attack. So it's like this, like that. And you felt that one, right? Yeah. Okay? So the key is to keep yourself straight and to make a wave with your hand and just keep it loose. And then make sure that you're balanced on both legs. And there's no leaning, there's no rotation. Okay? I'm just standing straight and I'm just using the weight of my body and connect it with the power of my wave. Like that. So you may be saying, you can't really use a 1-inch punch in a real fight. It's because you're this far away. How can you do 1-inch punch? You're not close to. But the point is that if you can generate power in such a short range, like this, okay, then all your long-range attacks become even more powerful. And also what you learn is you learn how to use different mechanics in your body to generate power. Because in conventional ways of generating power, you see rotation, you gotta rotate your body, like hooks, rotation to generate power. Another way is to go back, forward and back. So I'm here, I go forward, like this, to generate power. Using Bruce Lee's 1-inch punch techniques and body mechanics, you don't use any of that. There's very little rotation, except the little snap, and there's no moving back and forth. Most of it is generated by actually moving a little bit backwards, like that. And the cool thing about that is that if I'm pushing forward and he just turns his body, I fall straight through. Make sense? Or if he turns the other way, I fall straight through. So that's a stupid way of generating power if I lean forward and generate power. So same idea. If he gets out of the way and I put in my full force, then I lose balance and I probably get knocked out. So the good thing about being able to generate power using this technique is that even if I miss, I'm still balanced. Here's a recap of what we showed you in this lesson. How to use the Bruce Lee 1-inch punch, or how to use a no-inch attacking short-range punching technique. First one is to drop your weight. Okay. Second one is to make your weight rise up like a wave. Third one is to just emphasize the snap of your hands like this. And then the fourth one is the wave attack, like this way, like that. So notice that, how thick is this?
About 3 inches.
About 3 inches thick?
Yeah.
Okay. And could you feel the impact?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah?
Definitely.
So even with the padding, he's able to feel the penetrating force of this punch. So this stuff works. You just have to train it. Don't give up. Use the proper technique, and you can do it too.